girls. So now we're going to do chapter 16.4, which is factorizing non-monic quadratics, which I already explained means basically that the coefficient of x squared. So if this is my trinomial, the coefficient, I'm referring to this, whatever number is here, is not going to be 1. So it's going to be different than 1. And that adds a little bit of complexity to the factorization process, okay? So I'm going to be very honest with you girls. I always, all my life, I have done this trial and error. And because I've done 1,000 of these ones because I think it's a lot of fun. So I have developed a skill that is very easy for me to see very quickly what needs to be done. But it might not be the most efficient method. So I've been doing some research and there are different ways. So let's do an example first. All of this is going to be examples, all of everything that we're going to do today. So let's say that I have to factorize this one. So plus 12, okay. So I'm going to explain one method in these videos. I've been trying to think, should I explain different methods and the girls decide which one they prefer, or do I explain the method that I think it's more straightforward and it will be easier for them? And I've decided that I'm going to explain only one method. But if you find that this method is not working for you girls and you're not understanding the process of what I'm doing here, then ask me and I can explain you other ways that you can do it. So what happens here is that what we were doing before, because we have monic quadratic, what we were doing before is that we were only worrying about the factors of the third term, right? And that they had to add to 11. So stay with me, girls. So if I was going to do the same thing, let's say that I was going to do the same thing and say, okay, I have to work 1 times 2 or 2 times 6 or 3 times 4, and that's it. Then I say, none of them are going to add up to 11 actually. But the problem, what is the problem? That I have a 2 here. So if I take 2x and then I have another x. Let's say that you went with 3 and 4. Let's say, doesn't matter. I'm just trying to explain something here. And let's say everything is positive, so you add. What happened here? This x is going to affect that pair that you chose, because when you're multiplying this one times this one, boom, now this 4 that you had here as one of the factors is not a 4 anymore, it became an 8, because you're going to multiply times this one. So now you have an 8 times 3. There you go. I did it this time, but you could see that I did it. This is what I mean by trial error. That's what I used to do. I will go and play until I get it done. So I will say, okay, 2x times, if we expand this one, 2x times x is 2x squared. Then 2x plus 4x is 8x times 3 times x is 3x plus 12. So I have 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. And that's what I had to factorize, okay? So one method that you could use is to try this one with try and error. Play with the factors of these ones and see what happens when you multiply whatever values you put here. But when this becomes more complex and we don't have a 2 here, but I have another number like a 6, then this becomes more complex, because you not only have one option of putting 2x and x here, but you can have a 2 and a 3 or a 6 and a 1, and then you have to start playing with all these different combinations. That makes the process more complex. So all of this to say why I chose the method that I chose. So this is what I want you to, you already know the answer, so this, but follow me of what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is the following. You're going to say, okay, I know that I have a 2 in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 brackets, okay? And in both brackets, I'm going to put the 2x. What? Yeah, this makes no sense. But because I know that, and I'm also going to put this 2 dividing everything divided by 2. Bear with me, girls. Believe me that of everything that I researched, this one is the easiest. Because I am dividing everything by 2, then this 12 is not going to be a 12 anymore. This one is going to be a 24 because I'm multiplying it by that 2 that I'm going to divide it later on, okay? So this is a 24 now. Okay, so now I'm going to think about the factors of 24. So when I think about the factors of 24, then I'm going to think, okay, I have 1 times 24, or 2 times 12, or 3 times 8, or 4 times 6, and that's it, because I cannot do it 5 and then I go backwards. Which one of these ones are going to be a pair that adds up to 11? So hopefully you're all saying, okay, it's going to be 3 and 8. These ones are the ones, okay? So I'm going to put them in here. 3 and 8. Wonderful. Because I'm getting to 11, positive 11, and here I have a positive 24, then I know that both of them are positive. Okay? So far, so good. So this is what I have so far. I'm going to rewrite it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to erase this bit because I want to continue working downwards. That's what you have to do. Next time I'll write the factors here to the right. But now, bear with me here. Okay, so I have this. Now, what you're going to look at is in each of these brackets, you're going to try to find the highest common factor within each of these brackets. So I'm going to focus on this bracket. Do I have a highest common factor in here? No, I don't. So I'm going to leave it like that. 2x plus 3. And then in this one, do I have a highest common factor? Yes, I do. So it's 2 times, I'm going to multiply, write it here, a multiplication symbol, just to be very clear that all of this is being multiplied. 2 times x plus 4 over 2. I'm going to rewrite this expression that I have on the top so you can see what I'm going to be doing. So 2 times 2x plus 3 times x plus 4. Why did I do that? Why did I can't put that 2 at the start? Think about this, girls. If I have something like 2 times 13 times 5, I'm multiplying all those numbers. Is this the same as 2 times 5 times 13? Yes, it's the same, because that's what we call, since the year 7, the commutative law. I can change the order. In multiplication, I can change the order because the order doesn't affect the end result. The order of the factors doesn't affect the end result. So I can take this 2 and put it at the beginning, because all these numbers are being multiplied. Whatever is inside this bracket is being multiplied by this 2, and whatever this 2 is multiplied by this bracket as well. So I can put it at the top here. And then I go and say, okay, all of this divided by 2. And because everything is being multiplied by 2 and everything is being divided by 2, I can cancel these 2. Therefore, my answer is 2x plus 3 times x plus 4. Okay? So recapping, what are the steps? The first thing that I did was I took this first term, yes, and I took this coefficient, which was the 2, and I put it in both brackets, okay? The x, I know that is going to be a square root, so it's going to be x times x. Good. Then I said, because this is being, I'm putting it twice, I'm going to divide everything but that same coefficient, that is these 2 here that I have here. And because I'm going to divide everything by 2, that means that this 12 is not a 12 anymore, it becomes a 24. So then I thought about the factors of 24 that are going to add up to 11, and I said, okay, it's going to be 3 and 8. And then I found the highest common factor in all of these ones, all the brackets that I had on top, just so that I could simplify. and then I end up with my factorized form. Okay, I'm going to do another example in the next video.